So I'm here right at the end of my print. What this is I have a company called Living Memories, and I make sealed bottle gardens, vivariums, terrariums, all different products, tables with built-in gardens. I've been gardening for like almost 32 years, since my great-grandfather first taught me. And what this is I printed this really thin, so it's translucent. It's just supposed to be a jar, but I printed a little thinner with this Hatchbox semi-transparent filament. And as you can see, it lets the light right through. You can actually see it going right through on the wall behind there. This stuff's pretty clear. And since it's green, plants reflect green light. I don't use it, so that's not going to matter. The sunlight will get right through here, and I'm going to put a little garden inside with my false drainage system after I seal the bottom with like delaminine, and plant will grow quite handily. I'm also going to put a glass square into the screw-on lid that goes on here, and I'm probably going to put one of those cheap little those yard solar lights, the battery and the LED, one that points straight down. I'm going to, and what that'll do is at nighttime it'll come on and it'll light this thing up like a little night light, so it'll be kind of cool. And it'll also increase the growth of that little plant that's in there. And through the glass square in the top, you'll be able to see the plant, look at it, check on it, whatever. And since this is so thin, it's definitely not sealed. It's porous, and to the point where air transfer will occur and plant will do fine in there. It's just a guess, but I'm fairly certain. And so I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to print another one. I'm going to print it real thick, so it is actually waterproof. We'll also treat the surface with delaminine, which will seal it up. And I'm going to put I'll stop the print right there at the edge, and I'll end up putting two ends on it with bearings. I'll flip it sideways, give you an idea. And on the end will be two bearings, and I'll put a motor, and I already got a mount in mind that I thought of, and I'm going to look at that, 99%, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it in the river and do some tests on efficiency versus like some of these turbines, various size turbines. I have probably 100 more different varieties, and what that'll do is it'll generate data. I'll generate data, and I'll figure out what's more efficient, because I also have some of the regular size. Oh, look at that, spice drops. I'm down to yellows and whites. I'm getting low. But yeah, I'm gonna test it versus just dual blade, tri-blade propellers, or basically propellers and generators, and these 18 bladed and other size blades. I already have data for all of those in air and water, so I'm going to try this, flip sideways and push down into the surface of water, probably about an inch or two, and held down with the brick under the water in the flat river. And what that will do is I'll generate data and see how efficient this is, because this wouldn't get clogged up in any way. It wouldn't hurt the fish. It's just a different way of generating electricity. If it's efficient, it would be something to keep working on. If not, well, that's sometimes they don't go as I conceive them. But yeah, And for you 3D printer guys too, I had another idea. I've actually been testing it for a couple of years, but I take all my little discard pieces of plastic. I print mostly in PLA, and you can see my amateur hours set up here, but I have tons and tons of this, you know, these little pieces and discard throwaway things like this that are, you know, they're just no good. What do you do with stuff like this? You just throw it in the trash. Probably most people are probably throwing away 20-30 pounds of it. I know I printed 7 miles of filament with this machine, this Wanhao i3. Really like it. Never really had to do much to it. And getting back to that, so what I did is I have this thing called the overwinter greenhouse. I usually work on it at night. Yeah, it's pretty late right now. It's 4:35. I should be out there. Make a little video every night of the progress. And so one of the buckets that I'm testing, they're a soil / DWC combination. And what I have is an aquaponics pond full of fish and plants and snails, all the frogs, and I have this high power industrial air pump that pumps through these ceramic air stones, and what they do is they create nano bubbles. Anyway, so it's pretty different. It's about an 80 cubic foot sealed environment out there. It stays like 70 degrees. It's winter here in Michigan, and I got these buckets suspended over the water so they kind of have a wicking action. It's all soil, but one of the buckets has a 3D printer discards mixed with the soil at approximately 25%, and it seems to be doing just as well as the other one. So I'm going to this year I got quite a bit, probably another 20 pounds. I'm gonna put them around put it in the soil with my ornamental plants out front. And I'm not too worried about like toxicity or plastic leaching because it is PLA, but I'm going to test it at a rate of 50% in a small little limited area with plant a new plant in it and see how it does compared to the other ones, just because I like to gather data like that. And yeah, I'm gonna get out to the overwinter greenhouse and get that all squared away. So anyway, until next time, have a great night.